What's up, Spice Droppers? It's Charlie from Ferndale. Lent is upon us, so let's make some seafood. Now, I know the frying itself might take a little getting used to, but this is honestly one of the easiest recipes I've ever made. So let's get cooking. We begin with the shrimp. Generally what I look for is somewhere in the size range of 20 to 30. These are actually 31 to 40 because this is the biggest the store had. But what you definitely want to look for is deveined, shelled, and with a tail on. As far as the deveining goes, always double check that. If there is a little black line through here, definitely remove that because nobody wants to eat seafood poopies. I've thawed the shrimp, I've rinsed them, and I've really patted them dry with paper towel. You want these really dry for this process. As far as the breading goes, we have a flour, egg wash, and then that coconut. So we're going to start with the flour. I have half a cup of flour here. I'm going to just add a couple pinches each of some salt, some garlic powder, some pepper, and some Spanish paprika. You could also add cayenne to this. That would be pretty good if you like some heat. And just whisk that together until it's evenly incorporated. For the egg wash, I have 2 eggs, and we're just going to whip those together. Now over here I have 1.5 cups of this sweetened shredded coconut. And to that I'm going to add half a cup of panko breadcrumbs and then mix those together until they are evenly incorporated. You take a shrimp and put it in that flour. Just a nice light coating. And you can see this tail is already coming in handy because we're using it as a handle. Then we're just going to dunk it in the egg, let it drip off. And now we come over here to the coconut. And with this, you do want to pack some on there. And there we go. Now I do like to do 3 or 4 at a time. So I'm going to throw 4 of these in here. Kind of do an assembly line type thing. Take them through the egg. Put all 4 in the coconut. And then we can get more of these on that pan quicker. And if you don't have shrimp with that tail on it, don't fret. You can always use chopsticks or tongs or something. They just come in handy, especially when you're eating it. So we're going to do this same process to all 25 shrimp. And then we can get to the frying. The shrimp is ready. So let's talk about frying. We're going to make this super simple. You want everything to be ready when you're frying. I got my shrimp on one side, skillet in the middle, and another plate with some paper towel on it, metal tongs. I got my thermometer in the skillet. I always break a skewer in half so that it holds it on the edge there because this thing has a tendency to fall in there sometimes. But I'm going to take some peanut oil here, toss that in the skillet. You want it to be deep enough to get about half of the shrimp because we're going to flip them halfway through. So we got about a 3/4 of an inch there. We're good. Just in case, I got my safety blanket. Thanks, Mom. And now we're going to turn this on and we're going to heat this oil to about 350 degrees. That being said, if you're not used to dealing with the hot oil and frying, I've never had a problem as long as that temperature is above 325. So I try to keep it in like the 330 range because that way, if it gets too hot, you'll notice it before it gets to that 350 degrees. Whereas if you're trying to keep it at 350 degrees, it's going to be like 375, 380 before you notice it. And that's when you'll start having problems. Also keep in mind, this thermometer is touching the bottom of the skillet here. That's obviously going to be hotter than the top of the oil. So let's heat that up, get that in that 325, 350 range, and then cook this shrimp. All right, so yeah, we're good to go now. I'm going to start putting the shrimp in. And always when you put it in the oil, put it away from you. And we're going to cook these about 2 to 3 minutes aside or until golden brown. Get your tongs ready. You always want to be prepared when you're working with hot oil. It's been about 3 minutes now, so you see you got a nice little crispiness on there. We're going to go ahead and flip these. Second side's looking good now, so we're going to take these and just put them on this paper towel plate to rest. So we're going to cook each batch the same. Once these are done, I'm going to show you how to make the easiest, most delicious dipping sauce ever. That shrimp is done, looks delicious. Now for this super easy sauce, I have a half a cup of sweet chili sauce, a half a cup of orange marmalade. You could also use apricot preserves, peach preserves. Don't quote me on this, but I think you can use any fruit that is orange. Just eyeballing this one. And I like to make a lot of sauce because this sauce is so good. Now you could stop there and mix that together, but I do like to add a couple squirts of sriracha in there. Give it some heat. If you don't like heat, don't do that. Now we just mush that jelly up, mix everything. Yeah, this stuff is so good. Spoon some of that into a smaller bowl, even though I'll just go through all this today anyway. Plate up this shrimp. It's nice and cooled down now. Little quarter lime squeeze on this shrimp. And oh yeah, baby. That's some good eating right there. Let's try it. All right, Spice Droppers, let's dig in. These little tails are the perfect handles for this. Oh, that is good. I might eat this whole plate right now. Spice Droppers, peace and love. I love you. Boom, baby, we did it again.